This is a 2025 Toyota Crown. It's one of many cars here on display at the 2024 Cleveland Auto Show. I'm Darren Walker, and this is Auto Atlantica. So the Dodge Hornet is Dodge's version of the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Uses the same engines, same gearboxes, same body shell. I'm hoping to get my hands on an RT, which this is, in the not too distant future, so we can feature it on both Planet Auto and Auto Atlantica.
Now, I didn't get the opportunity to look around the Stellantis stand too much because the film crew showed up. So here's some images, some stills of the public show, showing the various Jeep models on display. Now, of note to me is the Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is the regular 2-row. The longer 3-row came out first, so this is basically the shorter version. This is the 4xe, which starts at around $65,000. It's a hybrid. Also of note was, of course, the Dodge Challenger. This is a wide-body Hellcat, the last of the line. This has just ended production after 15 years.
This is the latest generation Honda Pilot. This is the large SUV. I think this is basically an extended CRV platform. I'll have to check on that. It's got a 285 horsepower, 3.5 litre V6. Always been a big seller in the US, these have. And we once had one ourselves. They are nice to drive. Always like the ergonomics in these. I was never too keen on that push button gearbox. However, I much prefer the setup that's in the GMCs with the push buttons up on the center console. Honda Accord continues into 2025 with the latest of a series of attractive designs. Let's face it, that the Accord has always been blessed with. It now looks basically like a bigger Civic. This one is the Sport L. It's got a 2-litre direct injection automatic. And the bullnose styling at the front, this is a more base model. It's very attractive. This base car retails at $29,000. So Honda have now again differentiated the looks of the Civic sedan. You can see here it looks much more like a traditional 3-box sedan now, compared with the hatchback. There's the hatchback or liftback there. So again, very much differentiated styling now. This is the latest CRV, featuring the same family looks now as the Pilot.
Meanwhile, the larger Powersport, which shares its platform with the Pilot, sits higher up, and that has basically got its styling carried over from last year. So it still looks very much like an SUV version of the Ridgeline.
It's just that the Passport sits just slightly higher, as you can see, whereas the CRV offers a sleeker styling. There's another better comparison, there's a CRV over there compared with the Passport here. And I think this, if I'm not mistaken, is the latest generation Pilot. It is. Again, I think this is a variant of the same platform. And the smaller HRV is present as well. So Acura has been one of the success stories like Lexus in terms of mainstream car-based luxury marques. This is the TLX for 2025.
The first generation TLX, which debuted in 2015, used the platform of the Accord. But this new model, which debuted a couple of years ago now, is actually sitting on a bespoke platform, which is a first for Acura.
This has got the 2-litre direct injection, producing 270 horsepower.
Here's another TLX right here. Now, in addition to the 2-litre Turbo 4 developing 272 horsepower, the TLX also offers a 3-litre Turbo V6, which pumps out a whopping 355 horsepower instead.
So this is Acura's small crossover, the RDX. This has the 2-litre 4, I believe. Yes, the 272 2-litre 4-pot direct injection. The other one that appeals to me is the Integra, which is Civic based. And this is as a 200 horsepower, 1.5 litre direct injection. Significantly greater power output than the 1.5 turbo that GM pedals. So the centerpiece of the Ford stand is this gussied up Raptor Bronco. It was only a matter of time before a Raptor version of the Bronco came onto the market. There's the regular Bronco right there. And this is it. So there's not a lot that's new on the Ford stand. This is the Mustang Mach-E GT. One of the cars that heralded the EVs, or the craze of EVs in the US. It remains a very, very good car. Ford have just reduced the prices on these, as of Tesla, to try and basically stir up more appeal for EVs in the US in general. This one weighs in at about $65,000. But it's a very, very compelling car, is this. Not sure if this is open or not. But again, very minimalist interior. I may have done that. I may have done that. So I've the car thinks that I was breaking into it. There we go.
Let people want to see where they're at.
But interesting styling on this, because the roof is raised up here for the headroom. So that's your actual roof up here. But the styling of the car looks like a coupe. So this roof line comes down to one side to give it that coupe look. So it's very deceptive styling. So it's actually taller than it looks. It's very, very clever. I've always liked it. Obviously, this is a car which massively polarizes opinion, but I think it's because of its nomenclature, but I just think it's absolutely tremendous. Let's go and look at some more regular Mustangs. So we've got, I don't see a dark horse here, but this is the new 7th generation car. for 2025. This one's an automatic. It looks like it's a regular GT, yeah, 5-litre GT. These have a new large touchscreen now that goes across the dash. Basically an evolution of the styling of the 6th generation car. It's very attractive. And there's a convertible version here. Hoping to get one of these on the channel fairly soon. So the Lincoln Nautilus, the smallest SUV that is in Lincoln's lineup, is just always been overlooked, and unfairly so, because Lincoln's styling direction, I think, is really very subtle and very nice indeed. It looks almost Japanese. Actually, it's not the smallest one, of course. The MKX is the smallest one, which is based off the Escape. This is the next size up, but very, very attractive. I don't know if and what I've always liked about the new Lincolns, this started off with the Continental, is the door handles that sit right up by the glass. I do like that. It's sort of like a throwback to the 1950s. You can still get the Aviator and full-size Navigator if you so wish. It's good to see that they're still producing these. And there's the Aviator right there. These have basically been unchanged now for the last couple of years. Lincoln, of course, no longer make the Continental sedan. They are an all SUV lineup. So Nissan is here with a full complement, from this Ultima sedan to this superb Z, or 400Z if you prefer, coupe. This debuted actually at the last show I was at in 2022. Beautiful car. Very much a rival to the GR Supra. And it's just good to see cars like this still being produced. And the best part about this car, it's about 40,000. It's a steal. Let's go and have a look at the EV, the Araya. Here it is. This also debuted a couple of years ago. One of these has recently gone from pole to pole. You may have seen it on Instagram. They fitted it with incredibly big wheels so it could make the journey. So we've got some Land Rovers on display, several Discoveries. They've got Range Rover Evoque. We have the large Defender 130. That is the full-size Defender. We have a Velar right here. And then we've got a regular Defender 2-door there. And then we've got some Jaguars here. This is an F-Pace. Next to an I-Pace, this is the electric version. I-Pace has been on sale for some time now. I don't see many of these in the States at all. This is the dual motor version. Produces about 394 horsepower. We've got a Discovery wrapping up this small lineup here. So of all the Mazdas that we've got on display here, the CX-90 is probably of most interest to American consumers, simply because it's a family hauler. And we have not one, but two of them. And in the middle here, we've got the smaller crossover. CX-5. Okay, I thought they'd renamed it the 50, but to be quite honest with you, I am not a huge Mazda enthusiast, and I don't really know much about their latest models at all. The MX-5 was the one for me, probably always will be. Subaru have revised the look of its Crosstrek crossover for 2025 and given a much chunkier look. Just look at that cladding on the side. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I know that this is an option package specific to one particular model, I believe. But they've really distinguished this from the Impreza, from basically which it's based off of, compared to the Impreza itself. Only automatics are available in this car for the North American market. Yeah, there it is, the Wilderness package. This is a model trim, which gives you this all this plastic cladding on the front with the gold graphics and accoutrements. Not quite sure what to make of it. What do you think? So this is a Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. It's the sister pickup truck to the GMC Canyon. Both of them have this kind of package with the knobbly off-road tyres and the extra ground clearance, as well as the extra undercarriage protection as well. They're all powered now by this 2.7 litre 4-cylinder turbo, which is unique to this truck. It produces something like 270 horsepower. Obviously it doesn't say it on the spec sheet here, but it's been quite maligned, unfortunately, since this vehicle debuted. And again, it's got it really echoes GM's new interior styling direction, because it's a 4-cylinder. There's nothing wrong with the fact that it's a 4-cylinder. It's just that 4-cylinders can be quite a difficult sell in this market if they're from an American manufacturer. So I'm back where I started, at the Toyota stand. Remember, this show is on for the next week and a half, so if you're in the Cleveland area, by all means, pay it a visit. It's an excellent show. There's an awful lot represented here, but not me. I'm done for the day. You'll enjoy it. There's an awful lot to do. There's food and drink galore, so it's a fun day out for the family, really. And I've enjoyed my time here. I'm a little bit tired now walking through these 500,000 square feet of halls. But yeah, that's it. My name is Darren, and this is Auto Atlantica. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps with the channel, and it will enable us to make more presentations like this one in the future, and helps us get more cars too.